Hi, I'm Barry with Cold Creek Nurseries, and today we're going to talk a little bit about St. Augustine grass and the care for it, and also we're going to talk a little bit about having a mixed lawn where you have different varieties of grass and how that can affect how you take care of your turf. First of all, I wanted to mention that with St. Augustine, this is a big-bodied grass, so it needs to be mowed pretty tall. For a lot of these push mowers, that's usually the highest setting on your mower. We want to be about 3 or 4 inches tall maintenance on your St. Augustine grass. It's also important to make sure that your blade is sharpened every once in a while. If you have a nice good straight cut across the top of the blade, then that will heal up very quickly. If you're using a dull blade, what happens is it'll hit the blade, the grass blade, and it just keeps pulling it until it tears, and then it looks like this instead of a nice cut. You've got this frayed look here. It takes so much longer for that blade to heal from being shredded like that. That's an open invitation for any of these pathogens to attack your grass, especially during disease season when it's very rainy like it has been recently here in the CSRA. This area right here, as you can see, it's kind of yellowish. It doesn't have as much green to it. When we have yellow grass like this, we call this that it's being chlorotic. Iron chlorosis is another name for it. Sometimes iron is not the lack of iron is not always the culprit, but we usually will take a little bit of iron in our treatment and put a little extra iron in areas like this, and that usually helps to perk it back up, put the green back into the plant here. Oftentimes disease can cause this issues, and sometimes you just have an area where something may have happened during the winter time to damage the root system of the grass, and that's why it's having difficulty pulling the iron in. So this foliar iron spray, like I applied yesterday, should help get this to green back up fairly quickly. Okay, just wanted to mention that here we have St. Augustine grass on this side, and we've got some Bermuda grass over here on this side. Some of you may have mixed grass types in your lawn, and sometimes you have to try to decide what's the right mowing height when you have mixed grasses. Pretty much the dominant grass that you have in your turf is the one you want to keep it at that height. You don't want to sacrifice the majority of your lawn by mowing it way too short just to have maybe a small patch of good looking Bermuda grass. So sometimes you have to kind of find that happy medium between the two of them. But it's better to really take care of what's the vast majority of your lawn. Some people have like a two-tone lawn. They've got one grass type in the front, a different grass type in the back. I really would encourage you to actually change your mowing heights if it's required. All right, for St. Augustine grass, they can get different issues. They can get some diseases, and there are some insect problems that can happen here with the St. Augustine. A few of the diseases that we deal with here in the CSRA, one of them is called brown patch, which they're now calling it large patch. Brown patch is the old name for it. It can also get gray leaf spot, is another disease that it can get. So those are the two main ones that we deal with in St. Augustine grass. There are other things that they can get, but those are the two main ones. And it seems like the two main critters that we deal with here in the CSRA for St. Augustine grass would be either chinch bugs or mole crickets. And you can get spittle bugs in there, but they're fairly easy to knock out. But the mole crickets are very tenacious, can do a lot of damage, and chinch bugs can really do a lot of damage to your St. Augustine. So you have to know what to look for with those particular critters. All right, if you're having issues with your lawn and you can't quite figure out what's going on, or maybe you have identified what this is and you don't want to deal with trying to put pesticides out yourself, I recommend you give me a call at Cold Creek Nurseries. My number is 803-646-9065.